please remember to leave a like, a comment, share the video about, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you. Well, isn't this just fantastic? Captain's Log, Subdates 231204.7. On the 4th day of Moistmas, my whole crew gave to me a left-handed Ibanez RG550 in toxic slime colour, along with a kilo of white chocolate. They must really enjoy all the literal nothing I get them. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about Noah Glenn Carter. Noah Glenn Carter has 8.5 million followers on TikTok, which means he's a nobody. He has 104,000 followers on Instagram. Still a nobody, but he can pose it up and look like he's an influencer. And 48,000 subscribers on YouTube. He mostly covers drama. That is what he has built his name on. Reporting in the format of shorts with a green screen to give us the news and the gossip, right? Well, today we're going to be covering his own IRL drama in the form of 8 videos. These videos show something quite negative, so if it gets flagged by YouTube, F, that's it. He himself, on his TikTok, put out these videos. These videos are of his home ablaze, along with him reporting on it, talking about it, and the reception to this. On the face of it, that is not a good look. I would not wish ill on anyone or their home. I'm not going to dunk on him either by pointing out we Brits have brick homes that don't burn as easily as they used to because we learnt our lesson from a time period that was named the Great Fire of London. Another video with additional commentary provides a bit more context.
This is my house right now, guys. I was in it on the 2nd story and I had to climb out of a window. But I'm alive. Everybody's safe. Nobody was hurt. Oh. It's gonna collapse. It's gonna collapse. Back up, get away. It looks like, oh my god, is TJ home?
I figured for the sake of fair use, I'll insert a little commentary. I don't quite understand why one would want to record talking to a camera and upload to their TikTok, them talking about where they were, what was going on. To me, I feel like that could come across as tasteless, and that carries within itself bad optics. But then, considering the nature and the landscape that is TikTok, and the fact this guy gets millions of views for every TikTok, which is worth exactly nothing, I kind of understand why. I don't agree with it though. I thought I'd just make sure it's quite clear. In the next video, you tell us what happened. This will be the first of 4 times, I think, in total. You retell the story, one of which will include a phone call.
So my house caught on fire today. While I was in the house, I had to escape through the 2nd story via a ladder that my dad got me, and while he was getting the ladder, I was on the phone with my brother-in-law leaving a voicemail because I had been trying to call him back, and he saved the voicemail and sent it to me. This is that voicemail of me right before I escaped the house. Just a warning, it's a little disturbing.
I'm going to now trim that down to remove all the dead air because context is vitally important, but there is a point I want to make now. You have documented every facet of this. I find that quite baffling still. I'm going to continue finding it quite baffling for the remainder of the video, in fact.
The window? Oh, not that window, it's this window. Hey, Diddy? No, that window. Hey! Hey! Diddy! Goody! Help!
Yeah, I trimmed that down and then decided to give up on it. Something of interest I want to point out is that you've got all this footage and you edited that. You could have just left the screen black and played the audio, but you sat there and edited that. If you were playing Among Us, right now you'd be sus.
I just lost everything in a house fire today. So yesterday my house looked like this, and here's a picture of the same exact room today. I grew up in this house, I was homeschooled, I did school in this house, and now it's just completely gone. As you can see, this room was beautiful, it was fully decorated for Christmas. Now we're not ever going to be able to have Christmas in this house ever again. Everything in my room is completely lost. I had just gotten a PC back in July. I had my Switch in there. I had all of my filming equipment in there. And now this is what is left of my room. The window that I had to climb out of to get out of my room was right there. That is the AC unit I had to climb over to get out that window. Luckily though, we were able to save a lot of things like family photos. We did end up losing a lot of family memories in this fire, but there's still a lot that we were able to salvage that luckily did not get burned. I just want you guys to know that you may have everything right now. You could have every possession in the entire world, but in just a single day, every single thing that you have ever owned can be taken away from you. So please don't take things for granted. Yesterday I had everything and today I have nothing. And I don't know how to go forward because this has never happened before. Not to me at least. So please cherish everything that you have because you don't know how long it'll be yours for.
Now, in the context of what Noah and Noah's family have gone through, regardless of how it happened, which I don't know at time of recording, one thing you might not want to do is make, let's say, 8 videos on the subject. Some have referred to this as thugging it out, because you are milking something knowing it will draw extra attention to you, not realizing that by doing so, additional blowback comes your way because people are going to take a look at you, analyze you a little, and realize you come from a well-off family, your house was insured, so while this is a tragedy and of course certainly something we do not support, it is not the end of the world, especially when your message of cherishing people, the loved ones in your life, should ring true. So what does Noah do? Noah, first of all, tells us all about what happened, using the green screen, so I assume another one was acquired, to then set up a GoFundMe.
I just made a GoFundMe for my house burning down today. It's in my bio if you guys want to go check it out. Anything helps, including interacting, sharing, anything like that. Thank you everyone so much for being super kind today, and I'll give y'all more updates about the house tomorrow.
The GoFundMe goal is for $100,000. At time of recording, $19,753 has been raised from 1.5k donations. This was created 6 days ago. With the vast amount of those that watch the content, it can be safely surmised not many actually cared enough to help you on this one, because they watched this train wreck unfold to the tune of tens of millions of views and decided you really are thugging it out. Whatever that means, it seems to be a prevalent comment. But you're not done, because now you need to make it seem like you're one of the poor people, with the Artex ceiling, many call popcorn ceiling, to speak about what you've lost.
I keep seeing some pretty terrible comments about people either joking about the fire or saying it's fake or whatever like that.
Since you use a lot of green screen in your content, I can understand why some might consider this to be fake. It doesn't look fake to me. I'm certainly not going to call BS on that. And certainly not the emotional distress it caused you, mostly because that's really poor taste. These rules and principles do not apply on TikTok though. You've been on there long enough, and you're reasonably successful by TikTok standards. I would have thought you'd know this by now.
I don't think you guys actually realize that I lost everything yesterday. I lost my car keys in the fire, so I have a car but I can't even drive it. But even if I wanted to drive it, I couldn't because I lost my driver's license in the fire. I lost my social security card. I may have also lost my birth certificate. We don't know for sure yet. We're gonna check the one safe that we had and see if it's in there. I lost the house that I grew up in and have every single memory I've ever made at that house. My parents lost their home that they lived in before I was even born.
I'm gonna say something that might seem harsh. I don't care what you lost. The only thing that matters to someone like me is that you, your parents, any other loved ones and pets made it out alive. The possession part can all be replaced. You make it seem like you are well and truly broke, therefore this is all a massive inconvenience. Driver's license can be reobtained, keys for cars can be reobtained, birth certificate too, in fact. It's quite simple, actually. If you have access to your phone, you have access to the internet, which means you have access to the ability to pursue the path to reobtain all these vitally important documents and keys, and possibly do something about that ceiling because Artex is trash.
I also lost everything that I didn't think to pack in a backpack while I was leaving the house. Meaning I have no more filming equipment, I don't have my PC anymore, I don't have my ring light. I have basically nothing but my savings, and I can't even withdraw anything from that if I wanted to because I no longer have an ID. And I don't even know where to begin to start replacing that stuff.
If that's the case, where's the money for the GoFundMe going? Whose account is that going to? Also, why set a goal for $100,000 to help your family recover everything when surely the house as well, although I'm sure you're basing it on insurance for that part, is worth a lot more? I'm not going to call shenanigans, but something here doesn't quite make sense. Also, you did a follow-up video that I've played already with a green screen, which means you have some filming equipment, because the GoFundMe one was done, well, either with a green screen or a chroma keyer, which means you have some kind of equipment available.
But I have all these people that are just saying the most disgusting, horrible things about me right now. I really hope that y'all don't ever have anything like this happen to you, because if you do, you'll realize just how horrible it is to go through this and how evil the things that you've been saying about me and my family actually are.
It's interesting you're trying to shame those who are being critical of the situation, because to them it also doesn't add up. You're on the internet, you're going to get these kind of messages. I'm not trying to say this is on you, but there are aspects of this that don't look as right as you might think it does. I agree with your sentiment though, I really do. I wouldn't wish this on anyone, I wouldn't wish this on you either, but that's mostly because I know sod all about you prior to this video and me having to watch about a dozen of your TikToks, not including the ones that I'm showing in this video, so I watched these as well.
I lost everything, my brother lost everything, my parents lost everything. And for everyone that's spreading the false narrative that I'm some millionaire, I was living with my parents. I'm not a millionaire and I have never been a millionaire.
I'm not going to spread that narrative because, as I earlier stated, I do not know enough about you. I will though point out you can be wealthy and still live at home with your parents. Don't forget here, your parents lived in that house for a long time and you've always lived in that house. That tells me this house has some kind of generational and sentimental attachment to yourself. Correct word, I'm going to be right on this regardless of how callous it sounds. To me, it comes across as someone who just wants to stay at home because you're young enough to be able to get away with it, and because perhaps your parents don't really care enough about pushing you out. People will make a number of assertions and assumptions based on what they see. If what they see is someone that looks like they are wealthy, they're going to infer that you are wealthy. The house prior to the flames doing their work looked expensive, so again, people are going to make assumptions. Trying to dismiss it does not get anyone on your side.
And for everyone talking about the GoFundMe, none of that is going to me. All of that is going to my parents, and I'm giving them money from my saving, in addition to anything that y'all donate from the GoFundMe. What happened yesterday is the single worst thing that has ever happened in my entire life, and I would not wish any of it on anyone, even the people that are saying despicable things about me and my family right now.
Now, you said something quite interesting there. First of all, you've confirmed the money is going to your parents, which means they have access to the funds. But you're also giving them money. Why? Are you matching because of guilt? Because that's how it can be interpreted. On to the next video, where you are yet again milking this, but this time giving us a post-fire house tour. This isn't poor taste, is it?
Let me give you guys a new house tour. So we did some redecorating, as you can probably tell. Well, this is my room now. I'm so excited. As you can see, I got wraparound views. My room also expanded a little bit, as you can see. Used to be 2 other rooms right there, but we just said, no one needs all the room now. Push those rooms aside. Look at it now. It's great. So...
Don't you just love a bit of comedy when you've spent a number of these videos complaining a lot? It seems very unusual to be dismissive in the context of the past 6 videos with you being quite emotional. This is quite important because the nature of TikTok requires you to be very active as a creator. So the fact these videos follow each other in line indicates that your emotions are akin to that of someone shaking a magic 8 ball. Am I going to be a dick today? seems likely. For some odd reason, behind my microphone, I literally shook both my hands as if I was holding a magic 8 ball. I should get one, shouldn't I?
Oh, my favorite part of the room. Almost forgot. So, you know how you hate walking downstairs late at night? Well, I don't have that problem anymore. Look, I got a slide. As you can see, just take a little tumble down that way. Be downstairs in 2 seconds. No more walking. It's great. So, beside my room, oh, almost forgot. Here's the staircase. See? Did a little gothic remodeling. We saw Resident Evil. We were like, wow, I want my house to look like that, and we delivered.
Credit where it is due. When one is able to laugh off something that is quite harrowing an experience, I guess there's still some positivity left for society to tear from you. I took the liberty of Googling thugging it out, although I've no doubt somebody in my comments would have told me by now it means to toughen up. Based on the fact it took 6 videos to get to that point, I'm a tad confused. But then it does make sense in the context of the comments on this video, where it is thugging it out and definition of thugging it out, along with people querying why you need 100k.
Story time of what happened before I got out of my house while it was burning down.
At time of recording, this is the final video that Noah has released in his series, The House Fire Saga, and he's yet again telling the story of something else. The Lords of Moistonia Returns has come into full effect on this now. Whereas when it started he got 4.6 million, it plateaued on the 4th video with 15.2, subsequent videos from there, including the GoFundMe, diminished dramatically down to 1.5 million views. He must be aware of this and decided to move on from this subject so he can get more views talking about video game nonsense that I don't really care about, like GTA 6 and Fortnite.
So when the fire started, I was asleep right here, which is where my bed used to be. I woke up because I heard my dad yelling outside and the smoke detector was going off. Shortly after I woke up, I went outside my room to try and go down the stairs, and at the bottom of the stairs right here, there was nothing but pitch black smoke coming up towards me. At this point, I realized just how serious everything was, and I also realized if I went down the stairs and tried to get out of the house that way, I more than likely wouldn't be making it out.
After this video was released, there were a number of tweets going about, accusing Noah of being a scammer. For example, Noah Glenn Carter better stop effing crying about his house burning down, he is a grown-ass male. Noah Glenn Carter burned his own house down. Scammer. Noah Glenn Carter made his entire career off of reporting drama, and now his house burnt down, he's begging his fans for money when he definitely has plenty.
And after I got outside, I saw just how bad the fire actually was, and I started taking videos and documenting the whole thing. Now, I don't like to think about it, but I was very, very close to losing my life in this fire. Had I been asleep for just a few more minutes, the smoke would have made it to my room, and I really don't know if I would have been able to make it out in time. But thank God, everything worked out, and both me, my friend, and my dogs are completely safe. And as far as I know, there were no other animals that were harmed in the fire.
Since the release of the last video, he's been getting a lot of comments using fire emojis. Context is key. Your videos have been fire lately. Fire video. And this game's gonna be fire, not gonna lie. The trolling of Noah hasn't stopped. In more recent videos, any chance a pun can be used, it is being used. For example, extending the life of a dog. Shame it can't extend the life of a house. I have not seen anything that would indicate what caused the fire in the first place. And that to me is quite peculiar, considering the details Noah has gone into in 8 videos, speaking of, and as he puts it, documenting the entire thing. He claims he doesn't come from money. Many people disagree with that, but he still received $19,000 in donations. He is being memed, he is being trolled, but without knowing how the fire was caused, much of the sympathy goes out of the window. You've been open about all but that, it seems. That feels like a detail intentionally omitted from someone who lacks an attention span, which makes sense since you were also at one point on Vine.